Well, good afternoon. I'm just outside of Baxter Springs, Kansas. Baxter Springs, Kansas is located, I don't know, a few miles, I think it's like 13, 14 miles away from Joplin, Missouri. So you got Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, right in that little triangle, that little rectangle. Kind of cool. I am standing on the last Marsh, well, it's the last kind of bridge. It's a Marsh Arch Bridge. Kind of cool. One of the last known standing. In fact, it's in the historical national records. Kind of calm and peaceful. Take a look at this. You see that? See that little waterfall? This kind of makes it all come to fruition. Come to life. Right in back of me is this bridge. Of course, ahead of me is my truck. Can't bring it over. Can't bring the truck over because it's only a 10-ton bridge. I wouldn't want to go ahead and be the one to go ahead and take this damn thing down. That would not be a good thing. But it's stuff like this. I mean, this federal aid project, I'm looking at there's a stamp on each bridge, everywhere you go. It says Federal Aid Project 1942 Kansas Highway Commission. Jonathan M. Davis, Chairman, Fred Perkins. I'll show you to you. The resident engineer was H.W. Terrell. But this is bridge number 142 of the Federal Aid Project Registry. This bridge was built in 1923. I don't know, can you see that? I can't tell whether we can get it down right enough. There we go. 1923. Damn. It's just amazing how we built things in, the damn near 100 years ago, and how they're still standing. Problem is, we can't go ahead and we can't get an economy going. Put that in the background. That looks cool. Just amazes me. And how we all think that the man in the president's White House, in our house, is taking such good care of us. Isn't that just nice? Man, I can tell that's dark. My whole point is this. We better go ahead and take care of the America that we have, the United States of America that we have, before we lose it. Lose it to socialism. Lose it to other things that we don't need. Now you figure. I want you to think seriously about this. We're going to take a couple minutes. I'm going to sit right down here. You think about this. 1923. There were so many freedoms in this country that it didn't matter what was happening around the world. We took care of our own at that point in time. Now we have a tendency to try and think that we need to take care of everything in this world. No, I'm sorry. That don't work for me. It shouldn't work for you either. Not at all. Damn, it's peaceful over here. This was the original part of Route 66. Now, if you go ahead and look up Route 66, it'll show you from, I don't know, I want to say Illinois down to LA. I'm sure it goes ahead and goes farther than that, kind of like probably all the way to New York City or something like that. But what I'm getting at is this. We need to go ahead and remember our history. And everybody else is saying, oh my God, Robbie, we got to go ahead and worry about the history of this, that, and the other thing. I'm not talking about the history of anything else but the history of this country. if we don't go ahead and remember the freedoms that we have and that we had 20 years ago, you and I growing up, and if this generation doesn't remember or think about the freedoms that was before them and what they could have, frankly, we're all going to go ahead and have a problem. Let's remember this. Rainbow Curve Bridge was constructed in 1923 over the Bush Creek, what we just seen. It's the only remaining Marsh Arch Bridge on Route 66, listed on the National Registry March 10th, 1983. And for you guys that went ahead and graduated, that's graduated a year before we did. 3 years before Amy did. Let's think about this on how we go ahead and treat this country from now on. We have a decision to make. We used to go ahead and take care of ourselves and each other in this country. We don't do that anymore. We're trying to go ahead and take care of everybody in this country in a way that is not the way we should do it. I'm sorry, we don't need a national health care plan. That was shoved down our throats by Barack Hussein Obama. I'm sorry. This man has not gone ahead and made this country greater. We have so many people unemployed. What is it? 2, 3, 15 million people out of work. Why? Because there's no jobs. Why? Because the government wants us dependent on them. The government wants dependency on the government. Why? Because the government thinks that it can go ahead and do the things that you and I can do for ourselves. John F. Kennedy had a great and famous speech. Part of that speech was not ask what you or what the country can do for you, but what you can do for the country. Why is it that we have so many people on unemployment? Why is it that we have so many people without homes? Could it be that our government has gotten too big for its britches? Think about that. Yet today, the government is the biggest employer in this country. The United States government. Nope. Last 8 minutes has been spent with me, and I appreciate everything that you do. Let's go ahead and let's take into control our country. Let's get our country back. Let's get the government out of our pockets. You guys have a good day. We'll talk at you later. Updates to follow. See you soon. Lights out.